Here. Okay, so officially, good evening, guys. My name is Solon. I am your host tonight. And well, especially tonight, we are going to talk about poverty. And I shared a video before we start the meeting, but before we start, I'm going to explain how it works. All right. So basically, TNT is a conversation platform for beginners, intermediate, and advanced English speakers. How does it work? I bring a topic. We have a few questions related to this topic. And well, our philosophy here is speak up. So please be respectful, but give your opinion, all right? And speak up. As you can see, we are live on YouTube. And if you want to have access to more conversations like this, you just need to go to talkandtalk.com.br, and there you can find more information, all right? But I think I've spoken too much, and now it's your turn, guys. So please, Romeo, say your name, say where are you from, and say, what is poverty in your opinion? Go ahead, please.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Romeu. I live in Imperatriz, it's the countryside of Maranhão State. I'm 42 years old. And about the question, what is poverty for me? I don't know the specific definition, the set definition, but I think when the people have a good condition for living, because I think uh, the people don't have a job for pay your bills and oh my gosh and yeah, pay your bills and pay your foods and others. It's hard to explain, but I think it is, you know.
Yes. Okay, nice, nice. Let's hear from you, Carlos. Please say your name, where are you from, and what is poverty for you?
Hi, everyone. I'm Carlos. I'm from Argentina. Um, I see the video, but I can understand um, um, a video. Uh, I um, uh, that as the idea of video, it's not clear for me.
Okay, so it's basically like this. The video was explaining how to escape poverty. So basically they were saying what are the ways that people become poor and then the ways that they can escape the poverty. But in the middle, there were some alternatives. For example, we have a few financial support from the government, and sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't because we get a job, we are still getting a low income, but we no longer have access to this financial support from the government. So they were basically explaining this idea. But you can share your opinion, Carlos, in your reality. What is poverty for you, in your opinion, in the country where you live, in your family? How do you see it? How do you see poverty in your culture, for example?
Excuse me. Can you repeat? I can understand.
Yes, I can do better actually. I can send the question here on the chat because I totally forgot to do that. No, let me just do it. It is your first time here with me, right? Marcos, Carlos.
Yes, it's
Okay,
uh,
nice.
first time today.
Okay. Nice. So it's basically, let me just do one thing. My computer is really slow today, guys. So that's why I'm having some problems to do some basic actions. All right. So please don't be brave. Don't be mad at me. Right. So it's basically question number one, Carlos. What is poverty? Do you know what is poverty? Like, do you know this word in English? Poverty. Do you, Carlos?
Poverty. What is poverty?
Is when you don't have
My
money, when you are below the average income. It's like,
poverty. It's uh, um, people have uh, uh, not very things.
Yes, they don't have a lot of money.
I understand. What is poverty? What is
Es como pobreza, Carlos.
I understand. What is poverty? Why is so hard to escape from? Porque what kind of problem? Okay. I answer that question.
I don't know. Did you? It's question number one. Give me your opinion. What is poverty in your?
Okay. And so poverty here is the people that haven't money and they are not resource to life.
Okay, nice, interesting, very nice, Carlos. Thank you so much. Let's hear from you, Ianca. What about you, girl? Please introduce yourself, say where are you from, and then answer the question.
Okay, well, my name is Bianca Almeida. I am 27 years old and I am living in Campinas, São Paulo. And poverty to me, it's the lack of the minimum to survive, I think. The lack of basic resources, maybe like money to buy food, or the lack of food, the lack of a house to stay, the lack of health as well. Things that that give us the guarantee that we can live in a decent manner, I think, in a decent way, maybe.
Okay, nice. Excellent definition. Let's hear from Newton. Newton, you are an accountant, right? If I'm not wrong, you are an accountant.
Yes. Good evening, guys. I'm Newton. I live in São Paulo, and part-time in São Paulo, part-time in Rio Grande do Norte. Now I'm in São Paulo, and in my opinion, poverty, when people don't have conditions of the minimum money in order to have health, food, to pay bills, dignity to live, dignity to live. When people don't have a minimum to dignity life, I think it's poverty.
Okay, nice. You said something really important, Newton, dignity. You know, it's really important to have this dignity to live, to take control of your life, you know. So thank you very much for sharing that. Let's hear from you, Marcio. Go ahead, man. Say your name, where are you from, and what is poverty in your opinion?
Okay. Good night, good evening, people. My name is Márcio. I live in Itaperuna, Rio de Janeiro. I professional technology. I am IT, information technology, technical. Poverty for me is people with people with low condition, buy things, buy food, buy objectives, people people uh, I say, people I don't know why people yes
Okay.
people with low condition de buy someone I say qualquer
Something,
coisa someone
anything.
anything que
Okay, nice.
sim.
Thank you. Okay, interesting. Very nice, Marshall. Let's hear from you, Jess. Please say your name, where are you from, and what is poverty in your opinion?
Okay, my name is Jessica. I am from Santo André, São Paulo. Poverty, in my opinion, is when the people don't have the basic to life. So they don't have money to buy food. They don't have access to healthcare. Even when they have a job, the money is not enough to guarantee the food for all month, the whole month. They don't have access to education, so then they don't have perspective. So people in poverty line, in my opinion, they have this characteristic.
Okay, interesting. Very interesting, Jess, because you brought something really special. Because most of us think about material things, like food, like a shelter, somewhere to live. And you talked about education. I think this is also very important and also an indicative if the person is in a poverty situation or no. So thank you sir, very much, Jessica. Let's hear from you, Romeo. Please go ahead. Romeo.
Oh,
Yes.
sorry. What's the question?
The question is, what is your name? Where are you from? And what is poverty in your opinion?
Okay, my name is Romeu. I live in Imperatriz. It's the countryside of Maranhão State. I'm 42 years old. About the question, poverty for me, when that people or that person don't have enough money for living, you know, when the people uh, can't buy a food, and how can I say, and uh, don't have a good conditions for living, like our friend said. I think I don't know the specific definition about the poverty, the the specific definition, the set definition, but I think the poverty it is,
Okay, nice. Guys, just to remind you, we are not here to get into the specifics, so don't worry if you don't know the definition of something. We are here just to practice English, all right? And let's keep with you, Romeo. Let's go to the second question, and it goes like this. What kind of problems do poor people have? For example, why do you think poor people are poor, in your opinion or in your reality? Let me know, please, Romeo.
It's a good question. Poor people have many problems, like like I can buy a food. It's necessary. I think is the basic basic condition,
Yes.
and buy others things that medicine, that how can I say, I buy other things like clothes, and buy your bills. I think there's a many problems, but I think is that is the principles,
Okay, nice. Thanks for sharing. Let's hear from you, Newton. For example, why do poor people they become poor, you know? Are they born like this? Is it why they keep poor during their life? Let me know, please.
Oh, yes. I think um, people can be poor when um, it happens in a way when people spend more than have that they don't have, spend more money that they don't have. I think it's a way to be poor, to buy things that they don't have conditions to pay. But in the case we are talking now, I think because poor people, they don't have money even to eat, to buy food. It's very difficult. I think poor people is, how can I say, cada vez mais pobre, because of the terrible financial conditions. It's very difficult to go out of poverty. I think, in my opinion, especially now in our case in Brazil.
Okay.
That's
Interesting, Newton. Thank you so much. Guys, just to let you know, it started raining really, really hard here. So maybe if my connection goes down, please just continue the conversation, all right? Because it's raining really hard right now. Okay. But let's go with you, Yanka. What about you? Why do you think that poor people keep poor, for example?
This thing that Newton said, that these people stay cada vez mais pobre, I think it's a generation thing, you know. So you're born in a poor family that have limited conditions to food, for example, but mainly for education, as Jess said, because I know some families, some poor family, that the children in the family have to work, not to study, and to gain money to the house, to gain money to help in the bills. So these children have a low condition to become a rich person, I think, in their life, because the time that these children have to study, sometimes the children is trying to work, but in a precarious work, in a precarious job, I think. So it's a vicious circle, I think, ciclo vicioso. And well, I think we can see a lot of aggravants in this, like our preconceito or
Prejudice.
discrimination,
Yes.
prejudice about this person. We don't help, I think, sometimes to get out of this condition. And not just us, but mainly the government have to have a more policies to help these people. I think we have some policies, but to eradicate the poverty, it will be necessary more efforts, I think. Not just
Okay.
for us, but a national effort, I think.
Okay, interesting, Yanka. Interesting you talked about it because we saw on the video, you know, a lot of governments they have some kind of financial support, but once you reach the threshold, like you start earning a little bit more of money, you leave this financial support, you know. So you start working, get a kind of job, and then you lose some income. So it's really hard to escape poverty, you know. Thanks so much for sharing. Let's hear from you, Marcio. What about you, man? What do you think? Why do you think poor people keep poor? Go ahead.
Okay. I think about people poverty. people not not access the education, not access money, information. This principle, I think, these people sofrem preconceito, como diz, sofrer preconceito.
They suffer with prejudice.
Yes, these people not people not nothing access not access for recursos. Como é que diz recurso?
Resources.
Low sources, low resources. This is the government not invest in people, in access to people, education, information. This is a result. This is a result. The policies, Yanka say this, not policies of government. Yeah.
Yes, I got it. I agree with you, man. They don't have access to education, don't have access to information, so these things are really hard. Without these things, it's really hard to escape poverty. Let's hear from you, Carlos. What about you, man? What do you think? Carlos Lovey.
Okay. The question is what type of problem poor people have, no?
Yes, question number 2. Yes.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. I think one problem is not very opportunity for good education, and not good not good eating, not good eating daily. People poor have 1-2 eats for day, depending neither de problemas people poor, they have problem to be healthy, so healthy, and people poor, they haven't opportunity to travel other place. In conclusion, not more than as people, not more opportunity for life.
Yes, don't have a lot of opportunities, and I agree with you, because not having at least 3 meals per day must be really hard to like trying to study, trying to work. So I agree with you, Carlos. And last but not least, I think we have Jessica. Go ahead, girl. Question number 2. Go.
So for me, why the people keep keep poor?
Yes.
As everyone told, I totally agree because they don't have help. So how can they can move forward if anyone and the government don't help them? So people in poverty line is all the time trying to survive. They work today in order to guarantee the food for tomorrow. So they people is not like us, for example, study English, uh, trying to improve some skill in order to get a good job. They don't have this perspective. So for me, the people keep poverty because anyone help them to move to get a new life or uh, to give the basic to life so then they can dream for better things. So for me, uh, that's all. That's all.
Okay, interesting, Jessica. And it goes kind of related with something that Newton said before that the poorer they are getting even more poor, and the richer they get richer. So I think it's totally related to question number 6, and I'm going to go with you, Jessica. Do you believe that this is true? The rich are growing richer and the poor are growing poorer nowadays. What do you think? It's question number 6.
Yes, I totally agree. Totally agree.
Why do you
The
think that happens?
For example, I'm not rich. I can guarantee for everyone I'm not rich, but uh, the mentality of the rich person is always to get more money and obviously have a good condition. So the environment, uh, the rich person is completely different. They are not preoccupied with patient. They don't have preparation. If to get food to survive, they don't. It's not a preoccupation with if they have the base for the children. The preoccupation is another. It's about the company. It's completely different. So yes, the rich is more rich, and the poor is each day is more poor because they don't have the access, they don't have perspective. For me, the perspective is the most important because, for example, in my case, when I was a child, my family don't have money, but peoples around me give me the perspective. If you study, you can get a job and can change your life. So it's important. I had the opportunity to live 3 months in South Africa, and there I saw a lot of Brazilians there. They went there to give the perspective for the people. So they found poor person, poverty person, I'm not sure it's correct,
Poor
and
person?
poor person, and they, uh, how can I say, teach some job, and with that they can get a new job. We can change their life. So they moved to there just to give a new perspective for the people. So for me, it's really important. You don't have anything now, but if you can see the future, you can see something. Um, how can I say? You can. Você pode ter oportunidades. You can have opportunity in the future. It's totally different.
Okay, nice, nice. It's interesting that you talked about having perspective. I'm going to ask to Newton. What about you, man? Do you think it's a matter of perspective? For example, you think that rich have more perspective than poor people? Or you think it's not like this, it's just the system that's broken and the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer? What's your opinion, Newton?
My opinion, I believe that there is a saying, money calls money. Do you know? You
Yes.
know, because when rich people they have money and mm, do more money in investments and uh, to apply their money and not their, for example, build houses to rent, buy cars to rent. They have money do more money, and poor people, as Jess said, when people they don't have money to have in many cases to have food and education. But it's, so it is worst, and I think it's going to be worst more for them, my opinion. And they don't have basic money for basic things in life.
Okay. Yes, I see your point. Let's hear from you, Marcio. What do you think, man? Do you think that people, the rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer, and why? What's your opinion about that?
For me, this is inequality.
Inequality, nice.
Yes, the people not have access information, the information, access tax of bank for investment your money, not research for investment. For me, inequality is a principal cause.
Cause, yes. Yes.
Cause this is for because I'm not rich, and I'm not have access information for investment my money. How say impression
You can say land. Land.
land. I'm not access a land for invest for I have investment my money in buy house, create my business, anything, nothing. Inequality result is not access for people, and the result is it. I think this.
Okay, nice, nice. And it's not land, guys. I was checking here. It's loan. Land is the verb, you know. So I'm going to correct here. It's loan, the impressimo, and land, it's equal to start. All right. So let's go with you, Yanka. What about you, girl? What do you think? Is it true the richer are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer? What do you think about that?
Well, my head is burning. I think about this matter. It's so many things that I am thinking about. But yeah, I agree that rich are growing richer and poor are growing poorer. Um, an example of this, it was the pandemic. I don't know if you remember that during the pandemic, a lot of people went to poverty,
Yes.
and about 1% of the population in the world get more richer than they was before the pandemic. So some people get richer during the pandemic, while some people get poor in the pandemic. And this, to me, it's an exemplification with what Marcio said about inequality, I think. And well, in my perspective, being extremely rich should be a bad example, you know. Be a billionaire should be a bad example, because while you are a billionaire, you have the notion that we have a lot of person, like 50% of the population, I'm sorry, like 20% or less in the poverty. So while you have money that you don't know what you could do with this money, there are a lot of people without food to eat. So to be extremely rich, I'm saying extremely rich. I'm not saying a millionaire or things like that. A billionaire, I'm saying it will be a bad example for the population. And well, I don't know. I think we as a society maintain this pattern, maintain richer, getting more richer, and poor, getting more poor. And another example is the taxation, maybe. Yeah, to keep. Yeah. The taxation, to me, it's unfair. Poor people pay more taxes about food or about house than rich people that almost don't pay tax, or pay almost the same taxes that we paid for the government. So a progressive taxation, it will be nice, and taxes about heritages, mainly these points: impostos sobre herança, big heritages. I'm not saying, people, I think, sometimes confuse the things. I'm not saying about the classe média. And I'm not saying about the rich people. I'm saying about the extremely rich people that we don't even know, we don't have idea how these people live, you know. So about these people, I think that they had to pay more to the society and to help us to go out of some things like climate change or things like that. Yeah, I talked a lot, I'm sorry.
No, it is extremely important what you said about the progressive taxation, because sometimes let's exemplify here. You are a poor person and then you pay, I don't know, 5% in tax to buy 1 kilo of rice, And a very rich person, a billionaire, is going to pay the same amount that you pay, proportionally speaking, like it's much more of your income just for taxes than it goes for this very rich person, So I totally agree with you, Yanka. I'd like to hear Romeo. Romeo, what do you think about that? Do you think it's true the rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer? What's your opinion about that?
It's a, it's a hard question.
I know it is.
But I agree with Bianca. I think the riches continues growing richer, and poor people's growing poor. I think the specific people that consider richer explore so much the, how can I say, the social required. I think, I don't know the name. I think the riches continues richer because explore so much the poor people, In Brazil, it's happened so much, Brazil, I think uh, there's a many example about it. But when Yanka said about the real people richer, like Rockefeller family, I think is different because I think they observe the, how can I say, the bills, and I don't know, and then try sell many companies, try control the economy around the world,
Okay.
and I think he is oh my gosh, how can I say about this? And influenciam the economy,
Yes. Yeah, I agree with you, man. They have so many power that they have power over the economy, so totally agree with you. Let's hear from you, Carlos. What do you think about this one? Carlos Love.
The question is, in my opinion, um, uh, w- uh, uh, why are people angry?
So it's question number 6. Why do you think that rich people are becoming richer, more rich? And why do you think that poor people are becoming poorer, more poor?
I understand. Um, because
Mentality.
mentality. I think it is that because um, a few people uh, people poor, a few people poor uh, can to see more to learn uh, how to earn money.
Hard
Uh,
money, yeah.
uh, uh, when people poor uh, mira, um, I think people have uh, many many money. It's easy to earn
More
money.
money. Yes.
Uh,
It's like Newton said at the beginning, money calls money. I agree with you.
uh-huh. People poor need to learn
How to earn money.
it's
All right.
how to earn money. Um, but it's not easy. Uh, Many people uh, not take that road. Uh, uh, some some people um, uh, take road easy.
Yes, the easy road. Yes.
For example, uh, to to sell drogas.
To
Uh,
sell drugs. Yes. They go to the
uh,
wrong path. I agree with you, man. Yeah.
uh,
And
but
guys, go ahead. Go ahead.
uh,
Okay. Okay. So
okay, okay.
guys, unfortunately, we're getting to the end of this meeting, and I hope you enjoyed the conversation. But if you didn't enjoy, now it's your turn, guys. I'm going to send here on our chat a link. This is a link of our survey. So please give me your opinion about the meeting, about the questions, about the topic. And if you want, give more ideas about new topics, new ideas, new things to talk about, So I'm going to ask to you, Marcio, how was the conversation for you? How was the topic? You can say in English, in Portuguese, doesn't matter, just real quick. Go ahead, Marcio. How was the conversation for you?
Foi legal, foi a primeira vez que eu conversei em inglês na vida. Primeira aula, eu entrei na aula, na hora de selecionar, eu selecionei o melhor horário para mim, depois que eu percebi que era uma aula avançada, a galera já fala e é a primeira vez, mas me senti um pouco desconfortável por não estar falando tão bem, mas me senti acolhido e consegui entender bastante coisa do que a galera e que você falou, mas para me expressar, como já não tenho esse hábito, foi mais difícil, mas foi bom, gostei, agradeço a galera aí pela oportunidade.
It's great, man. Don't worry, your English is improving. So keep coming to the meeting, in order to improve your vocabulary, improve your conversation skills. And thank you so much for participating, One last one, I don't know, Jess, how was the conversation for you? Real quick, please.
Great, as always.
Don't worry.
Thank you guys for this class. It was amazing. Training in English is always a challenge.
Yes, it is.
One more time you win this challenge. So bora que bora. Isso tem que ser importante.
Yes, it's really important. Okay, so that's it for tonight, guys. Please try to answer the questions here, the feedback, that I sent here on the chat. It's really important for us to improve our conversation, to bring new topics, to bring new ideas. And more important than that, come back in other immersions, So if you want to know more about the English conversations or even Spanish, French, Italian, you just need to go to talkandtalk.com.br. All right. Thank you so much, guys. I hope to see you all again. Bye-bye.